And record now. All right, so welcome to week 2 of Coach Basics, and we are on day 6 of our group. And if you noticed, I posted how many, just so you guys know how many of the assignments you've completed, just so it kind of reminds you to catch up, because it will add up. And sometimes, when I did it in the beginning, I might do 2 in a day or 3 in a day just to kind of catch up. So make sure you get caught up on that, and feel free to reach out to your coach or Aaron or I with questions. That's what we're here for, and want to help you become successful. And this is a business that is actually, it's a pretty simple business, but at the same time, there's different things and strategies you can use to be able to hit and reach those goals. So you guys are all here because you want to build some sort of business here, that it's not just necessarily a hobby. It's something where you want to see where it can go, at least. Maybe you have large goals, but I think you're all here because you want to be successful, which is great. And that's why we run these groups, because we want to support you in that. And the first thing with that is truly deciding in your head, it's like a mind shift, that this is your business. It truly is. It's a different mind shift if you've never done an MLM before, multi-level marketing business before. Most of us usually work for somebody, or maybe are a stay-at-home mom, or different things. So it's a different way of looking at things, and sometimes it's hard to make that mind shift when you're in a business like this, but it is your business. So it's making that shift in your mind and taking it truly seriously, I think was key for me. And that I'm not, it happened for me about probably last summer after I went to Summit. Like, wow, this is the real deal. Like, I really need to treat this the way it needs to be treated, and take it very seriously. So make that mind shift. Make sure you have your mind in the right place. So the second thing that I want to talk to you about is Success Club. Now, first of all, Success Club is, it's like a benchmark in Beachbody. They will reward you. They have different incentive programs. Obviously, they have the Success Club trip. You may or may not have heard about that. Every year they have a Success Club trip. It's a big trip rewarded to Beachbody coaches who reach Success Club. They'll pay for the trip for you. This year they went on a cruise. Next year they're going to Punta Cana, which Aaron and I are going on next year's trip. So, and I think there's some other coaches that are going as well. So it's very exciting. They also send monthly incentives. Like this month, if you hit Success Club and you're an active coach, I think you win, I think there's like an apron or something like that. So they have cool little incentives along the way every month. But what Success Club is that you have helped 3 people, basically, is kind of how we'd like to look at it. And you get 2 Success Club points for selling a challenge pack, or you can get 1 Success Club point if you just sell a Shakeology HD home direct. Okay, so generally we all sort of aim for selling 3 challenge packs a month at least, which would get you to Success Club 6. But Success Club 5 is the benchmark. And it's one of those things that's really important. If you kind of think about it as with any business or any job, there's certain requirements that your job has for you, or goals, or benchmarks, or I don't know how you want to look at it, but it's something that kind of translate over to Beachbody. Success Club is like our monthly, that's our goal every single month, hitting Success Club. With that being said, we don't want to look at it as all just numbers, because this is a people helping people business. People, so we always have to kind of keep in mind that this is about helping other people reach their fitness goals. So, we kind of have to keep that balance, that yes, we have these benchmarks. I have a dry erase board on my wall where I have my goals, like how many Success Club points I want this month, and this, that, and the other. But at the same time, it's all about relationship building, which we'll talk a little bit more as well. But if you hit Success Club every single month, you are on your way to Success Club. Yeah. So anyway, so if you hit Success Club every single month, you're going to find that you're a successful business owner. The coaches that I have sponsored that hit Success Club every single month are building their business strong, and they are successful. The ones that are hitting it sometimes and sometimes not, that's where their business is. It's sometimes, sometimes not. So your goal is to hit it every single month. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is the 3 vital behaviors, which are the things that are going to help you get to Success Club. So these are the things that we do to hit that monthly goal. And I know it was discussed in the basics group last week, but the 3 vital behaviors are, and they've added a 4th, but I don't want you to worry about the 4th quite yet until you build a team, is being a product of the product, which I don't think any of you have a problem with that. I mean, it's really just doing the programs, drinking your Shakeology. Do you have to work out every single day? No. I mean, you want to at least be working the programs and sharing about it on social media or in real life. I mean, I was talking to someone at work about it today, about size, how I did size this weekend at a local gym with my dad. So, but it's that kind of thing, and drinking Shakeology. So being a product of the product doesn't mean you have to be in the ultimate shape of your life. Absolutely not. Because quite frankly, people, they like to be able to relate to people that are in the same boat they are. So it's totally okay that you're on your journey. Quite frankly, it's helped me sort of reach those goals because I know people are watching me. And granted, even though I'm pregnant right now, if I weren't sharing about this and I weren't a coach, I'd be less likely to follow through with some of my workouts, to be honest with you. So it's nice because I know people are, kind of watching and seeing what I'm doing, that it's important for me to stick with the program. Personal development is huge. And I know it was talked about last week, and I did post a list. I don't know if you saw it. I put it in the thread of one of the posts of some personal development books that you can look into. If you're busy like me or Aaron, or, you have a lot of things going on, I don't read anymore, unfortunately. I love to read, but with children and a job and all of that, it's just a luxury I don't have. In the summertime, I'm more likely to read a book, but I do audio, and there is different apps like Audible. I think Audible is one, but you pay like $15 a month. I did that for a month or two, and then Aaron taught me about Overdrive, which is a free app where you basically are renting books from the library, Audible books from the library, and you can listen to them on your phone, which is great. So we can maybe type that in the group later, but it's a great way to listen to books for free. And you rent it just like you would at the library. You have it for a certain amount of time, and then they take it away. So that's a kind of cool thing. The third one is invite, which I think has a lot of people have a misperception of that because, people think it's about selling and, it's that yucky part of the business that we don't like, and it's truly not. And so we really want to teach you what invite really means. For me, it's more about sharing and connecting as opposed to inviting. Although at some point there is an invite in there at some point, like inviting them to a challenge group. But really, inviting is connecting with people. And so I'm going to kind of break it down for you. That inviting piece is essential every single day in your business. Like I said, those other 2 vital behaviors are as well, but it must happen every day. So that inviting process for me includes adding people to your network, which means friend requesting people or following people on Instagram if you're using multiple social media sites. Some people use, I need to get bigger on Instagram, but I know there's a lot of Instagram users, and it's a great way to build your business as well. But so you're growing the base of people that are watching you, basically, is what you're doing. So whether it's friend requesting, following, whatever it may be, it should be happening every single day. So look for the friends of friends, or, sometimes I'll go on a friend's page and I'll look on their friends and I'll see who I might know, or, there is a memory jogger. Near a Coach Online office gives you some different ideas of people to reach out to. So you want to constantly be growing that. The other thing is you are posting 3 to 5 times per day. Okay. So we're hitting those topics that we talked about in the Coach Basics, which are those areas of your life that make you who you are and make people interested in who you are. And you want to make sure posting about those. And fitness and nutrition should be threaded in there. Doesn't have to be a direct, this is what I'm drinking, you should drink it too. It's got to be natural and genuine. because people can see through that. You want to be true to who you are and be genuine to what your intentions are. And I think people really enjoy that. So, staying on those 5 different topics, whether, I think some of you shared one of the coaches in here talked about how autism is a big thing, and a mother of children with autism. I think that's awesome because it's specific, but it's also an area that a lot of women don't talk about very much. And I think she'll inspire a lot of people that, hey, I am a parent of special needs, and I can also inspire other people, and I can still work out and take care of myself. That's awesome. I love that. So you kind of think about those things. And I know many of us are parents in here, so obviously we're going to post about our children. I mean, it's just natural because that's who we are. It's part of who we are. But it's also tapping into the other parts of our lives that that make us, interesting, or those type of things. The other thing is just simply reaching out to people. Like every day, I make a goal of just saying hello to like 2 or 3 people a day, and I'm not talking about anything. I'm just reaching out and I say, hey, how's it going? That's it. I'm not like, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. You want to join my team, or do you want to join my next challenge group? It's totally reconnecting. So I'm starting a conversation that might continue on for days or weeks. And then at some point possibly might talk about the business. It usually comes up if you're posting enough and they're seeing you, they're going to see it. The other part is, we've talked about before, reaching out to people, also looking at their pages, seeing what's going on in their lives. And that gives you a basis of figuring out what to talk to them about. Like if you notice a lot of people just got back from spring break. They just went to Florida, talk to them about that, re-engage them, show that you're interested in them. Our goal is to be interested in other people, not interesting. I mean, we want to be interesting in our posts and things like that. But when we speak to people, people like to feel like they're being heard and that you're interested in them. So create that genuine feeling of wanting to learn more about them. And that's how you're going to create a relationship. And that relationship is where you're going to build trust. And trust is where you're going to get people to feel like, I want to try what she's doing. And I think that she's the real deal. And, that's really where it's going to come from. So building those relationships, commenting on their pages. I watched a video actually just about 20 minutes ago by one of the top coaches, Alyssa Shoemaker. And I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but you can create on your Facebook like a little group of like people you want to watch, and they don't know that you're watching them. But and you can click on it and it will just show those people up on your newsfeed. So like for the people that you're targeting, so to speak, people that you really would like to be on your team, or that you think would really benefit from it, you can click on it and you can go and look at their pages every single day and make sure you're commenting and interacting. And it's a good way to create a relationship as well, indirectly. So it's just another idea. And I thought that was interesting, and I might try that myself because I have a list of people that I want to be coaches that I think would be amazing and just haven't come around yet. So, it's just an idea. And then that follow-up is huge. So creating a follow-up system. Everyone has a different system. Some people use spreadsheets. Some people use Excel and computer programs. There's a program called Asana, and I used to use it, but I don't use it anymore. It's just sometimes you're going to play around with things that work and don't work. I used a binder for a while, and I still do for certain things, but I finally got a really cool planner. I spent like $50 on it, but it was worth every penny. And it breaks up my day. And there's a section where I write all the people that I'm in contact with. And, the people that have shown some level of interest, they're on my list. And even if they say no right now, I put them on next month's list and I'll reach out to them. Am I reaching out to them to say again, oh, I want to invite you again? No, sometimes I'm just rebuilding that relationship. It's called disarming. So if someone shows interest and then you invite them and then they are like, no, thanks, or they back off or they stop responding, the way I re-engage is commenting on their stuff on their Facebook page. And also I might send them a message completely nothing to do with this, because I don't want them to feel like it's awkward or that's the only reason that I'm talking to them, because it's not, because I'm interested in what's going on in their life. So it's a delicate balance because you want to make sure you're maintaining that relationship and that you're building a strong basis of trust and things like that. So, I still circle around to them, talk about different parts of their life, and it might come up again. You just have to be patient because, quite frankly, many people you have to talk to like 6-7 times before they come around. No's don't take no. I mean, take no, but you're going to have no's. It's just normal. People are going to say no until they're finally like, whoa, this is really working for a lot of people, and maybe I need to. I have someone literally today just messaged me and was like, and I've asked her many times over the last 2 years, in roundabout ways, like, hey, you want even a clean eating group? Nothing. And then she reached out to me. She's like, I think I want to coach. And I was like, okay, because she's been watching the post. So she had always been kind of on my list of someone I really want on my team because she's an athlete. She's young. She's cute. She's got a lot of things going for her. She's going to be getting married, all these great things. And she reached out to me. So it just shows me like, and no, don't get discouraged by it. Just keep plugging away every single day. And then those invites. So the invite part actually happens after you've done all these other things. It'll kind of come up naturally, or so we have made those posts where we talked about last week. There was a post. We talked about creating a post, a direct invite post. So sometimes they're going to come up quicker, but a lot of times it's through conversation and them seeing what you're posting on social media and putting yourself out there. So really those things that if you do those every single day, all those, the invites, adding to your network, responding to messages, reaching out to say hello, reconnecting, posting on social media 3 to 5 times per day, doing your workouts and your personal development. If you just do that, you're going to be successful. You'll hit Success Club. You will. And quite frankly, those activities total, you could really do in an hour a day, I think. Well, probably not including the workout. If you had the workout in an hour and a half. So if you want to go above and beyond, yeah, you'll spend a little bit more time. But quite frankly, the first year of my business, I mean, I have a full-time job. I work 9 months out of the year as a school social worker, but I did 1 hour per day. That was it. And I did not go above that, but I did it every single day. And I was able to steadily build my business. Now at this point, I'm doing a little bit more because I have very, very high goals, and I'm starting to see the light that it's going to happen because I want to work myself out of a job really quick. So I spend a little bit more time, have my husband on board and things like that. But truly, if you do those things every day, you're going to be successful. You'll hit Success Club. I just have a couple of notes. As far as growing your business, you're going to want to set goals for yourself. Be realistic. Talk to your upline coach about that because it's going to be different for everyone. Some people truly, their life is just jam-packed full of things, and being strategic with your time is really important. Make sure you're communicating with your upline coach or someone that you feel like can help you with that. Or you might be someone that's like, I want to hit this big and huge. Again, talk to your upline coach, some different things that you can do to make it grow fast for you. So really think about those goals. I set goals every week, and I set goals for the month. And seeing them every day, like I said, I have a dry erase board. I have an inspirational quote I change out just depending on what I really need. And I look at it every day. What's my goal for my income? What's my goal for my volume, which you don't need to understand volume yet. What's my goal for Success Club? How many coaches do I want to add per month? I just kind of keep it there. It's just in my mind, so I see it all the time. I think is really important, and make it fit to what is going to be reasonable for your life and what you truly want. We want this to be a valuable asset to your life. We don't want it to be stressful. But at the same time, we also know that if you put in a little bit of work in the beginning, have a few sacrifices, it's really going to pay off. It really does. The other thing I wanted to mention is have a to-do list that you create every day. I have one, again, with that planner that I have on Sundays. I make my list for every day of the week, like what I need to do for certain days of the week. But I will tell you, those vital behaviors are on my list every single day. So I don't miss those. So from the day one of my business till now, I still do those same exact things. I do some additional things on top of that now that, building a team and things like that, but the vital behaviors need to be on your daily list. And sometimes just writing it out, even if you're writing the same thing out, because I write the same thing out every morning. I have like Tuesday morning, friend likes, like the quality likes, message the likes. I mean, I like got it down. Okay, do my invites, follow-ups, and I write it every single day and I check it off because in my mind, it makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something. And quite frankly, there's going to be weeks where you're going to have a big week where you're going to have a lot of sales and you're going to have a lot of engagement, and other weeks that are not going to be that way. But the way I look at it in my mind is that when I cross off something off my to-do list, I'm accomplishing something, whether I sell something or not, because I know I'm doing what I need to do to grow my business. And that's just the way the business goes, up and down, up and down. It's just normal. But if you stay consistent, it's going to be an up and down, going up. So just kind of keep that in mind. Don't get discouraged. Stick with it. Do the things you know you're supposed to do every day, and you're going to definitely be successful. Let's see. What else did I write down for myself to make sure I mention? Some little tips for hitting Success Club. Again, the following up, having a list. The people that have ever have any inkling of interest, keep them on a list. Don't take them off a list until they've purchased something or they've become a coach. I always keep them on my list to make sure I stay in contact with them. So that follow-up is truly the key, because it's never going to be the first time you contact them. Very rarely it'll be the first time that you contact them. It'll be 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th time, and that's normal. So you gotta track it. Definitely track it. Some things that we do is incentives, and that's totally optional. I've done that before where I'll offer a free fixed date cookbook, which is a little bit more of an investment. It's $15. Or you can offer like a free workout headband or something to my next, the next 5 people that join my next challenge group will receive XYZ. Or I might, for this current challenge group, we have a lot of incentives going on with with the challenge group that myself and some other coaches are running. And that was how I posed it to all the people that, join the challenge group. Hey, if you join it, you could win XYZ. One of the Success Club prizes last October, which is one of the biggest ones, is they gave out P90X, the old school P90X. It's a great program. P90X2 and a couple other things. And so I already own P90X, so it's still wrapped up. And so I'm like, I'm going to use that as a gift because I already own it. And so I'm going to give that to my challenge group winner, so things like that. You can kind of be creative, and it really sometimes is the thing that tips someone over to be like, yeah, I think I'm going to try it. Why not? What do I have to lose? And then sometimes just asking for referrals. If someone's like, yeah, maybe not this month. And you might say, you can always ask, is there anyone else that you think that might be interested or might benefit? You can always ask those questions. So, really all the things that I talked about tonight is all you really need to know, quite frankly. The business is really just getting into the details of each part of our vital behaviors and learning more about them, and what are different ways to word things and different ways to create an interesting post and things like that. But everything that I talked about tonight is really what's going to drive your business forward. So with that said, I want to open it up to you all. Erin, if you have anything to add, feel free. If any of you have questions or concerns or about what we talked about tonight, or anything that we've done in the group so far, if you know how to unmute yourself, it's just at the bottom left corner. There's a mute or unmute button at the bottom. And you can just go ahead and speak. Sorry, I'm like out of breath. It's like this pregnancy. I have like no lung space. So I'm always like, if I talk a lot, I'm like, so that's why I sound out of breath. It's constant. So anyway, unmute yourself if you have any questions, and this is the time so we can answer them. Anyone? This week we are going to talk a little bit more, some of the posts, let's see, I think I wrote it down. This week we're going to talk about Emerald, I think is a topic in the Coach Basics group. That's a topic we're going to talk about, and that's your first rank advancement. that you will be aiming for. And so be on the lookout for that. You know, Success Club and the 3 Vital Behaviors are always going to be threaded in there somewhere. So just to kind of give you a heads up of what's to come. Today's assignment and tomorrow's assignment, I don't think there's a requirement for a response, so to say. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there will be. And again, this weekend, I'm going to go through the posts and kind of tally up who's done which assignment and post it on Sunday or Monday, just so you kind of know where you stand and can kind of stay on top of it. The people that completed the Coach Basics last month were the most, quite frankly, were the most successful last month, had the most success. So stick with it. We promise you the information is valuable. It's kind of stuff that we put together over the course of 2 years of kind of being in the business and what's been helpful for us. So anyone have anything to add or say? You can put it in the chat. All right. Well, I guess we're good to go. You can always private message us or post something in the group. That's what we're here for. Thank you so much for taking time out of your night. I know it's hard. I was messaging Erin how exhausted I was getting back to work because we just got off a spring break and getting back into the swing of things. I was so tired. So we appreciate you coming on a Monday night. I know it can be rough getting in the start of the week, but that means that you guys are invested.
And we have another call after this. So
that's why I'm bringing Diet Coke. I know it's not recommended as a Beachbody coach, but
you got to do what you got to do. Thanks, Sarah.
All right, guys. Well, have a good night. We'll see you in the group, and then we'll have a Zoom again next Monday. And I'm going to stop recording now. Bye.